All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WO Radio Show.
Hello out there.
I'm Richie Redneck Pimp King, bad man of comedy, and this guy here, he needs no introduction in the civilized world. The commander's here tonight, and we're going to talk about post Warrior Fest. Had a good Warrior Fest. Comedians were spot on. The band was great. We had some things go on. We got through everything, and bang, Warrior Fest is done. It's over the books. And at Warrior Fest, I met a great guest. We're going to bring her on here in just a second, talk about some things. But as usual, I want to bring on our friend here, our other host, Devil Doc. He's in the house. Hello, Devil Doc. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, brother?
All right. Update on my mom. Those of you that know, my mother passed away yesterday between 2:30 a.m. and 3 o'clock is what they say. So we're in the process of taking care of things. There's a visitation tomorrow, one funeral Thursday, and then a celebration of life on Saturday. So we're going to get that done, take it out of the way, and start another chapter. So I appreciate all the warm thoughts and everything. You always kept my mom and all of us in your prayers. I felt it. Thank you all very much. I'm going to go as long as I can tonight. So if we say we're getting ready to end it, we're going to do it. Nothing against nobody. Just, I wasn't going to do a show tonight, but I promised this lady she can come on here and tell you what she does. There's a very important reason she's here. A very important thing that she does. But before that, let's get to my rant here. I always do. My wife was looking for an animal, okay, on Facebook on a site that's dedicated to finding animals. She sends a message, 24-hour ban. Someone explained to me how you got a site for animals, buy, sell, trade, giveaway, whatever, and then she gets flagged for a 24-hour ban for doing what they're supposed to do on those type of sites. I mean, with someone with a high education, please explain to me, because I'm rather dumb. I don't get it. You put this site out there for people to ask about animals, and then you get them banned? Woo!
It's like beyond this door is another dimension, a dimension somewhat like ours, but yet totally different.
I guess, man. So those of you watching, I'm not ignoring you about my mother. Condolences. Thank you. But as soon as the band's in it, I'll get on there and take care of that. So, woo, yeah, it's been a strong 24 hours. For me and the family. Congratulations to Mr. Dean Cerny, the first two-time mystery box winner. Okay, he had a tremendous amount of votes. You can ask him how many he had. I relayed to him. He had such a lead. It was just. One of these days, somebody who went to lead was actually going to win this thing, and it happened. Dean was actually in the lead this time, and he won. So congratulations, brother. I will be getting that out to you. Bear with me. Had some things come up, but I will take care of that and get that mailed to you. As I think you had 3,000 right here. Had over 3,000 plus.
Wow.
Entries into that thing. I mean, if you can't win with 3,000 entries, there's something. It's rigged.
Yeah.
Okay. It's rigged. Run. Had to do all that. I had to do that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make you laugh.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Waiting for it. One of my many impressions I do. All right. Without further ado, we have a piece of paper right there in front of you, brother.
Yep, I will.
Her name has slipped my mind. I just talked to her 15 seconds ago. That's how bad brain damage does to you. The lady I'm bringing on here, on this show, we deal a lot with suicide. We try to get you not to commit suicide.
That's right.
Okay. Tell jokes, sing songs, whatever. The lady I'm bringing on to you, she deals with the after effects. Okay. And people that don't want to come on here and talk about it, she gives you a platform where you come on and talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm W Entertainment welcome to Miss Tracy Hopkins. Let me bring her on here. Hello, Miss Hopkins. How you doing?
Hi, Richie. Thank you for having me tonight.
No problem. You heard your intro. You take up where we leave off. Unfortunately, we're not doing a good enough job that you got to come in and kind of authorize this. You've met the boys, so we won't spend a whole lot of time doing that.
Go ahead.
First of all, how was your Warrior Fest experience?
I really enjoyed Warrior Fest. It was I love the comedians. We needed a bigger crowd. Okay.
We did.
I laughed when others didn't, but that could have been the age. You know, I got some of the jokes that others didn't. The band
Yeah.
was phenomenal. The
One
band
day,
was
one day,
phenomenal.
she sings
They
like
were
an angel.
really, yeah, she
She is.
does.
And that's not the first Warrior Fest. That band has performed for me
Have you?
at least 3 or 4 Warrior Fests.
Well,
So,
I enjoy it, and I hope to be back.
oh, you're welcome to anything that W Entertainment does.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome there. Well, we're going to get started here. I'm just going to turn this over to you because I'm a battling idiot. So I'm just going to say, please tell us who you are, what you do, and what you're about.
Okay, well, obviously, my name is Tracy Hopkins, and I'm a realtor by profession. Okay, I'm truly. I have been trained by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention to be a support group facilitator, and it's support for suicide loss survivors, people like myself, moms who have lost their sons. My son Reese took his life in November of 2013. It was just 2 weeks ago. It was 9 years. Um, there's parents who have lost children, children who have lost parents, siblings. If you have been affected by someone's suicide, you are welcome in this group. Okay. The group started 5 years ago after I had spent 3 years going to support groups myself. I live in Parkville, Missouri. I was driving to Harrisonville and Independence and Overland Park. Now, I said I'm a realtor, so I don't mind driving. But other people, that was a long drive. There was nothing in the Northland of Kansas City. So after about 3 years, I took that training and started the group. And I always say, I wish I had a party and no one came. But the group was very well received and still going strong. Face to face, started out once a month, then it went to twice a month. And people just like you and I who have lost someone, coming safe place where you can share, be supported and encouraged, because suicide has its own specific loss markers, grief markers that other kinds of death don't. It has the stigma that goes along with suicide that we try very hard to overcome. People are unintentionally ignorant about, and they say things that they don't mean to hurt us, but they do. They need to be made aware that mental health is not taboo. Mental health and mental illness need to be talked about and brought out into the light. PTSD needs to be talked about and brought into the light and gotten attention for. My son was an alcoholic. He drank to self-medicate. You name it, however they chose to take their life or whatever their reason. We've lost them. We've lost so many, too many. And I have met hundreds of people in the 9 years since I lost my son. COVID hit in 2020 and we were all shelter in place. And I had about 20 people coming to group twice a month. And I thought, well, I can't just bail on them. So I started a Zoom group. And when I put it on the AFSP's website, advertising that it was available, it went nationwide. And I now have people from all over the country who call in on Zoom every week, just like we're doing here. New England, New Mexico, Florida, San Diego, Washington State, North Dakota, you name it, just about. And I have had someone from that state, or do now. We roughly have, and we don't have them all the time, but I have about 90 people who are considered members of the group. New ones coming. And not, you don't stay forever. You get the support and the encouragement and the hope that you need, because you have to find hope after suicide loss. You have to find hope after any kind of loss. Hope that you're going to move forward, carry that love you have for that loved one with you, carry them with you, and you won't forget, but you get through that real hard pain. And if anyone out there has ever lost someone to suicide, that specific loss, you know what I'm talking about.
You and I talked, I think it was yesterday on the phone. And I don't want to use the wrong terminology here because I'm not trying to, but I've been involved in a lot of suicide. And I don't say that wrong. I explain it to you what I mean.
Right.
I've been around a lot of it. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
it started. One of the first times I heard of suicide was I was in junior high school, and I never told this to the viewers. I'm gonna tell today. I had a friend named John Digrenese. I don't know how to spell the last name, so don't ask me. John Digrenese, and him and I did a lot of things together in junior high. Man, we were, we were taller than some, and we do a lot of things together. We both like to be athletic, and we planned on doing a lot of things. And he had a girlfriend that was on off. One day he didn't come to school. I think something's wrong. This guy's never sick. He was like me. We went to school regardless. And then the principal come down and got us all together and brought a grief counselor down. We didn't know what that was about until he said that his mom found him hanging in the laundry. And one of his suicide notes was he couldn't go on without his girlfriend. Okay. Well, that kind of messed her up because she automatically assumed that she was the one that caused it when it wasn't. Back in that day when we were young, that stigma was suicide. It's your fault, selfishness and all these words that threw out there.
To blame.
Yeah, they didn't. And, I don't know how she ever turned out because I never really found out. So that happened to me. And then I've seen it a lot in the service. And we had a gentleman on here, but we saved his life. I don't know if I told you about that. Well, a guy named Stan. He was on here and he was viewing, and he come in. And he says, "Guys, I can't go on no more. I'm thinking about ending it." Bang! We just stopped what we were doing because we run off a script. Yeah. Okay, there's no pep between the two of us here, and we run off a script. We stopped what we were doing, focused on him. Everybody in the comments, and we had 25 to 200 that night. I can't remember; it was a big number. They all turned and said, "Hey, Stan, we love you, man. Another day." And by the end of the show, we had him laughing so hard, he didn't want to commit suicide. He loved what he did. Unfortunately, 3 months later, he committed suicide. 3 months later, he died of a massive heart attack. And his wife turned around and said, "Hey, can you guys give us a hand? I don't want a hand. I don't want charity. I just need a little something to get me going." Until then, we had a 12-hour marathon for her. People donated money. And we got to the end of the show, and we were just a little bit short of her goal, right? One of the bands who do Warrior Fest with us come on and said, "How much you boys need?" They got in touch with her, and they wrote her a freaking check for the difference. Okay, so I've seen the power of that to go on, And Dean's friend, he remembers that. He remembers that whole. He was here. He's part of it. That was years back.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I've seen both sides.
You guys did a great thing. That's amazing.
But here's the one that really got by me, and the one that really hurt me the worst. My neighbor, and I say neighbor, he was 200 yards from me. I live deep in the country. 1,000 chickens to breed. How deep I live in the country. Okay, the mountain lion knocks on your window and says, "Hey, you got a steak?" Okay, that's how deep I live in the country. And he was an Army veteran, which made it worse for me. He was a veteran. He was an older veteran, a Vietnam veteran, and unfortunately, 22 a day. That's how many veterans we have commit suicide. The Vietnam veterans are high in that. The Vietnam veteran, you're almost there. Why not let nature take its course? I make him laugh with that because you're almost there. Let God do it. But he had a lot of medical problems, and I find that's a lot of things in suicide is medical. And he get over one thing and go to another. He get over that, go to another. One day he went out. He says, "I'm just going to take a drive." He got in his Chevy pickup truck, and it wouldn't start. And in his suicide note, he put in there, "If the truck would have started, I wouldn't have committed suicide. I would have just drove and thought about it. But because his truck didn't start, he thought it was a sign that nothing's going right. I just will leave." He sat down in a chair in the hallway. He put a 12-gauge slug underneath his chin, pulled the trigger, and made one of the worst messes I've ever seen. Right next to me, I heard the shot. I was checking the mail and heard the shot. About an hour later, he had these people come in and check on him. That wasn't hospice, but they were the people that checked on him as well. They drove by. They drove a gray Jeep Cherokee. I remember like it happened yesterday. About 10 minutes later, I seen him drive by. He was driving like this. She was sitting there facing him with her hands, and she was just frantically, like she was panicking. He was kind of a butthead, so I figured, okay, maybe he pissed her off. That was usually Johnny's deal. 3 hours later, we were in St. Joe, Missouri, which is about an hour from where this happened at. My neighbor called me. He said, "Hey, brother, the sheriff's going to be up by your house." I'm thinking, well, what did my two sons do? They were kind of hooliganish, I said, well, are they ramping around on the motorcycle or are they acting like fools? He said, "No, they found Johnny, blew his head off." I go, wow. Right next to me, a veteran I never knew. And that still bothers me because I'm in the business of helping people. I couldn't tell him a joke. I couldn't sing him a song. You don't want to hear me sing, but I would have tried to sing. I'd have brought somebody to help him. I could have brought in friends. We could have. He's a veteran. We could have brought him on here and had some talents. He has such great talent in woodworking. He built the cabinets for the White House during the Carter administration. Those cabinets were his. He built them right out where I live at. They came from right there. That's how great a talent this man had. You know, so it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, stupid, or smart. It doesn't matter. This is a damn pandemic.
Does not discriminate.
The hell
That's
with
right.
Corona.
That's right.
This suicide amongst veterans, amongst anybody. Hell, our teens are 12 a day.
Yeah,
It's in the
12.
top. Yep, it's in the top 10.
And they say it's coming up to almost going to be 13 a day. Teens. I mean, what? And I'm sure you heard this question, and I'll turn it back over. You didn't mean to interrupt. I want to get that out. What are we going to do? What is there to do? Because we're at 22. Veterans are 22 a day. Your dentists are one of the leading professions. Your comics are one of the leading professions. What do we do? Where are we at?
You know, everyone has the same question. What are we doing? What's causing it? How do we prevent it? I can't speak for the comedians. I can't speak for, the dentists. I know what the organization I'm involved with does, and that is raise awareness to bring suicide out of the darkness, okay, to make it something that's talked about over the dinner table. You tell your teenage kid, it's okay if you don't feel okay, but you need to tell someone. To educate yourself and educate your friends and family members and everyone that you know to recognize the signs. Don't wait for someone to say, I'm thinking about taking my life. If you notice that they're not eating right or not sleeping well, or they just look off or aren't talking, take control of that conversation and just say, buddy, and I know, guys, I know it's hard as men to do that.
Yeah.
But taking that step, seizing that awkward moment could make the difference. For that man, that stand to say, I'm ready to die, was huge. He wanted to live. He wanted you to help him. Okay. Yeah. And you guys did what you needed to do. But if you educate yourself on, like I said, on the signs, and someone asked me after Reese died if I had seen any signs. Well, of course, as a mother, that was a stab to my heart. I wanted to say, oh, yeah, of course I did. And I just ignored them, but I didn't say that. And I actually said, yes, I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what I was seeing.
See, that's the thing.
After he died.
Transparency and truth are where we got to start. First of all, admit, like you've seen the signs, but you didn't know what to do about the signs.
What they were.
And some signs might be little signs that really, maybe don't need your attention. Then they got big signs that need your damn attention.
Well, I was mom. He was a 25-year-old man.
Grown man. Yes.
Yeah. He didn't come running to mom when he had a problem.
No,
he drank,
and
made bad decisions, and it just spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
But as a parent, though, of course, we think I could have done something. I should have done more. That whole thing.
Tracy, a lot of times there was something we could have did. But
we can't do that to ourselves.
No, we can't.
Nothing changes.
Just learn.
That's a suitcase that you don't need to be carrying.
We call that
don't even pick it up. Don't even start.
Right.
That is something that you cannot carry.
Right. We call it the shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
And it will eat you up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it will. That goes with about anything in life, with situations that come up. I have a lot of people that talk to me once in a while, not very often, but every once in a while. And there's people that'll come up and talk to my wife, BJ, total strangers. Now, I'm telling you, she'll go into Walmart. Okay, just for example, because I think that's where we spend about 70% of our time at the Walmart. But she'll have somebody come up and just start talking to her and just spill their life story. And we'll walk on down the aisle. I say, who was that? She said, I don't know. I never saw him before in my
I
life.
ain't got a clue.
But she said they needed to talk. So I just stood there and listened.
She must have that.
And that's it.
She must give off that empath vibe.
She does. Yeah.
One of our viewers, Dean Cerny, a great guy. He put on there. I don't know if you can see his comment. He said, Robin Williams.
You can't read it after the doctor today. So.
I know you can't. Brother. Robin Williams, something to the effect said, the funniest people you ever meet are some of the most depressed people you ever meet.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times where we get our comedy. It's funny stories and sad stories. And a lot of time it hurts. So we got to make a joke about it because it hurts. And, and it's just bad. And,
you were talking about transparency a little bit ago, and back in the day when your friend took his life, there was that huge stigma. It wasn't talked about, etc. Mm-hmm. And you wanted to blame someone, and right. That young lady, it's very easy to do that blaming, but and it probably did mess her up for a very long time. I hope that she found help from a counselor, because
on the other side of that coin,
she did not do that to him.
No,
she didn't. She didn't hold the gun or hold the rope or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And a lot of times our loved ones do not tell us how sick they are. They don't tell us how sad they are until they're to a point that they can't.
I think it has a lot to do that they don't want to be a burden.
And
they don't want to be a burden, and they
are. Yeah.
Yeah, and they think that they are, and they're trying to spare the family's feelings and emotions and all that, and undue stress, and and then, but it's just the opposite of that. But they're not wired in that direction. Right. Yeah, that's it. That instinct to protect the ones that I love. I don't want to burden them with what I'm going through and dealing with, and so they keep it bottled up.
Right. On the family end. And I'm going to be transparent. I'm kind of guilty of this myself. I'm on the fence. I'm on two sides about the suicide thing. One, I don't want you to do it. I'll do everything I can not to get you to do it. Unfortunately, on the other side of it, when it happens, I'm not very happy with the person.
Yeah.
I've made comments. I make comments like, this person's weak, because you're selfish because you hurt your family. And I have made those comments, and I'm truthful with it. I've made those comments. Whether I should or I shouldn't, it's a different matter. It hurts somebody's committed suicide, and I've had to learn this over the years. It's not always their choice. It's their mentality. It's not mentality. It's the sickness they go through, right. And it's just like, would you apologize for being diabetic? No. And so, but I've been transparent. I have made the comment. The guy's weak, and he ruined his family. I did that with my neighbor, because I've seen it affect his sons without a dad. All the neighbor guys out there in the country, we kind of took them under our wing. We kind of showed them how to hunt. We kind of showed them these things that their dad would have did, Mm-hmm. So I have made a comment like that. And I told you that for a reason, because there's a lot of families who get poked at. Well, why did your son do that for? What kind of leadership, what kind of mother or father you to allow your son or your daughter to do that? And that's not what happened. That's not, you didn't teach your kids to do it.
And that's not helpful. At all. And it's changing. It is changing. Yeah, suicide is not a sin. We don't commit suicide. You complete suicide. It's not a sin. It's not a crime. Right. It's an illness. Mental health is 90% of the time.
It's a mental disease that hasn't happened yet.
Right. And it's 90% of the time it has a mental health illness basis.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you're diabetic, you get help. If you break your leg,
you get,
you go to the doctor. Yeah. If your mind is telling you that you're better off dead, that your family is better off without you, that so on some level, that that's not sane thinking. That that's unwell thinking. Tell someone. Tell someone and get help, because you have children and grandchildren or parents who will never be the same.
Right.
Spouses,
And it hurts me. It's not hurting you. Suicide is not hurting you. It's hurting your family. You're already gone.
They don't want to die.
No, they don't.
They want their pain to end.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
That's
That's a very good
absolute.
point.
That's
I have,
exactly what it is. They want that pain to end, and they're not selfish. They're not thinking. They're so dark.
yeah.
They're in such a deep, dark place that all they want to do is stop it.
Yeah.
They're not thinking about who they're hurting. They think we're
Mm.
going to be better off.
Yeah,
And see-
exactly.
And
Yeah. And if they
imagine putting a gun under your chin
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
overriding your self-preservation instinct.
Mm-hmm.
That's
because
not
we all have.
yes, that's not cowardly. That's not weak.
Yeah.
Kyle, which our host right there, I'm gonna let him explain this here. He's dealing, I think, with stage 4 lung cancer. Okay, and Kyle, tell us about the mind frame you were in when you got that diagnosis and what you thought. Would you do that first, sir? You don't mind talking about
Yeah.
it, do you?
No.
Okay.
When I was first diagnosed back in February, I had been misdiagnosed twice before. And I started having these feelings pop back in my head that, oh, great. The VA told me something else. This is great. This will be phenomenal. And I had just started talking with my now wife.
Okay.
And when this happened, I'm like, well, who the hell's going to want to date somebody going through cancer? I mean, why would I put somebody through that? And this wasn't the first time I had thought about taking my life. The first time was when I lost my second wife during childbirth.
Oh,
Um,
so sorry.
I haven't told many people this, so except maybe Minnie and Tim. And I drank 5 bottles of whiskey and was going to set myself on fire so I could be with her.
Wow. Wow.
So
You're lucky you didn't die of alcohol poisoning.
I was trying to meet her somewhere or another,
Yeah,
and
there was a reason you lived.
I'm seeing that now. But
At the time, you don't. You
Yeah.
don't, do you? And you know, the organizations like AFSP and the suicide awareness organizations get our information about how our loved ones feel, the loved ones who complete, from people like you, attempt survivors who tell their stories. And I'm so glad you're here, Kyle. I'm sorry
too.
you're going
Yeah.
through your illness, but I'm so glad that you're here and that you
Yeah.
didn't complete, because your life matters.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got a
it's
saying
got a
on here. We got a saying on here. A couple of things. One, everybody has value. You are not worthless, because we hear a lot of vets who go to commit suicide say, "I'm useless.
I'm
Right.
worthless.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
a burden. I'm useless. I don't have any value." And that starts leading down the path. So we tell them to have value, but we also say, and you know, I say it, so
Yeah,
I'll take the blame for it. I always say on here, except the child molester. Child molesters have no value. Okay.
You know,
We don't.
my husband and I were just talking about that on the
And-
way to Warrior Fest the other night.
You know, and since I was molested, I have the right to say they don't have no value. So if they want to commit a suicide, do me a freaking favor, you punk. But
Yeah.
other than that, okay, we all have value. You know, someone loves you somewhere. Somebody's got a skill or needs a skill that you have that someone else don't have. I got the ability from the Great Spirit to make people laugh. Okay, he didn't give me the ability to sing because he knew what he was doing. Because I've been arrested for impersonating a singer. Okay, I didn't do a hard time. I'm terrible, and it's weird. I can do so many voices impressions, but I can't impersonate a singer. I can't. Okay, so
You got Kyle laughing.
well, Kyle's heard me do some of my impressions. I can rattle them off. You left
He-
early. You left at
he-
Warrior Fest.
he does some good ones.
And I was rattling my Warrior Fest. Had him going nuts because I do a lot of great impressions. So I have the skill to do that. I don't know. I can't in my head do mathematical sums. In fact, I'm a mathematical idiot. Okay, on here, the fact that you're even on screen is a credit to other people teaching me. 'Cause I'm computer stupid. I'm just dumb. You know, but I've got God-given ability to be strong. I still at 51 years old still bench press over 300 pounds. Okay, you've seen how wide I am. I'm a very strong, wide man. I've got black belts in 6 styles of martial arts. Okay, a lot of people can't do that. Now,
excuse me,
Commander here, he can snap his fingers and organize stuff in his head. Okay, a lot of people got to sit on a piece of paper and stuff. He don't need to write nothing down. Okay, at his young advanced age. Okay, he's still healthy. Kyle's got the ability, to keep that head so shiny on camera that reflects light. He's in a spotlight.
I didn't bring my sunglasses, Kyle. Watch that there.
I love it. Kyle's also my host with me on Sunday nights on Sports Church. When I'm on it. Okay, he's talking about football, so he's a very good guy like that. But we all have the ability to understand in different ways, and we need that. We need people. We don't want all the same people around here. It'd be boring. You'd have, as a matter of fact, suicide would probably climb. Because people are bored, and so now in comedy is a job, if you will, that gets very scrutinized for our comments. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Watch out! I might slap you.
Yeah. You don't want to. Listen, Will Smith would have slapped me. If Will Smith would have slapped me, he'd have been going to the hospital.
He
might have got raped. He might have got raped.
But,
I miss that way. But there's certain things comedians we like homosexuality. Okay, we're not poking fun at a person, a name. We're talking about the situation. And so a lot of people in comedy, we get what we say. We're not allowed to say certain things, and that's wrong. People want to ban us and do all those things. When understand what we're talking about. It's the same way with suicide. I want to understand what people are, what suicide's talking about. And I've learned a lot over the years. I learned a lot about suicide. Like people have, for example, a lot of your prisons now and jails don't have gray on their walls. Okay. They did a survey of a lot of people hanging themselves in jail, and they figured out that's the color of paint.
Okay.
It was depressing. Gray's a depressing color anyway. Sorry, gray. It's just a damn depressing color. Okay. So they start painting their stuff more inviting. And I always thought it was funny. You want to invite me to come to jail? You get me a beige color in there. You'll go to jail. You know what?
Oh, great! They got periwinkle. I'm gonna go rob a bank.
I'm gonna slap my wife so I go to jail just because they got good walls. I wish they used a different terminology. It's very inviting. No. It's not inviting.
Positive.
It's not inviting. You get sodomized. You get sodomized by your cell, and you look at the color of paint. I sure like that paint. Come on now. Come on. But I get what they were trying to say. Yeah. Great. The sodomization might have rose, but the suicide went down. In jails. But seriously, it's color. It's color. It's what you watch. If you're watching violent TV shows and you're thinking about violence, stop watching a freaking TV show. But talk. Yeah. And I know me being a Marine, I was taught that I'm bulletproof and indestructible. I ain't talking about nothing. When I went first see my counselor, my wife came to me in 2009. She goes, "You're losing your family. You're losing your family. You don't like to lose anything you do. You probably need to go get checked out at VA." Well, I knew kind of what I had, but I didn't know the depth of it. Okay, so I go get checked out. I go in there and I meet this guy. This guy's 6'11", tall, but he's about 2 foot wide. Okay, he looks like a lurch, but he's got a great sense of humor. Okay, his name is Dr. DeMark. Great sense of humor guy. He just damn. Okay, he could hide behind a light pole. You couldn't see him playing hide and seek. Greatest hide in the world, right? Greatest hide in the world, right? So he'd go hide behind a light pole, but he knew. Yeah. The first time I come in here, when he opened the door, he walked in first instead of let me walk in because I didn't want him behind me. He knew how to treat a person, right? And so I go in there, I sit down with him, and he put his hand on my hand. He said, "Do you feel like committing suicide?" I said, "No, I feel like killing other people." So he snatched his hand back off my hand. Okay, switched packets. He had 2 packets. He switched one. He got the suicide packet. Or got rid of the suicide packet. Went to the homicide packet, I guess, right? Then he got talking to me. He goes, "You've been abused a lot, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah, you're good." He goes, "Yeah, listen, I don't have plaques on the wall for nothing." He said, "We're gonna pay you a check every month." I'm like, "You're gonna pay me every month? Sweet. Can I get a check now?" He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll write you a check right now if you roll your shit little balls and throw them at people. I'll write you a check right now." I'm like, you know what? I smelled myself. Never mind. I'll wait. So he assigned me to a regular counselor, Dr. Pushkari, and she was such a great lady. She was murdered, by the way, by It's a long story, but she's a great lady. She looked at me one day. She talked to me. She goes, "How old was you when how old was you when you was molested?" Knocked me back in my chair because no one ever knew that. I never told a soul except my immediate family. And I said, "Oh wow, how'd you know that?" She goes, "It's written all over you. The grief you got, the anger you got. I've seen it many times." I finally admitted it and come out and told her. I didn't want to tell anybody. I'm 5'11", 6 foot, depending on what police station I leave. I'm a strong man. I'm a fighter. I didn't want to admit that because that happened to me. But it happened to me when I was a little boy. I carried this around with me for so long. And she figured that out. And the credit to her up there, she figured that out. And I didn't want to tell everybody. I didn't want to tell everybody a big tough guy got molested. I had to look at it like this. I was a little boy. I couldn't do nothing about it. Mm-hmm. I can now. Try it now. It ain't going to work out too well for you. Okay. So I understand people don't want to talk. They don't want to admit it. Here's my answer to that. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Are they living your life? Are they paying your bills? Who's happy with you?
Yeah.
You and your wife are the only two people you go to work with. Doc, who gives a shit? Nobody. You and your wife. So to the Marines and all the military guys out there, no, who cares? Who cares what Joe Blow thinks? He run his mouth. He got something wrong with his life. Get some help. Let's keep you around. Okay. Yeah. And Tracy's on here. Tracy's on here giving you an avenue, man, to sit at your house. If you don't want to go to a group, you don't have to. Get on Zoom, man. Get on Zoom. Talk. These people are going to judge you. Yeah. They don't care. They ain't going to judge you. They want to help you. They want to take that gun out of your mouth. They want to take that poison out of you. They want to take that rope out of your hand. They want to do that for you. Damn it, let them do it. If they want to do it, let them do it. If you want to hear some jokes, you want to let us tell you these jokes. Let us get a band to sing to you. Damn it, we're here to help you. But you got to take that first step, boys and girls. You have to take that first step. And God bless you, Tracy. You're here. Yeah. You're here cleaning up, and helping. And there's a place. There's a place for you.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy, I got a question.
Sure.
Out of this group that you've gotten started for this support, for family that have lost loved ones to suicide, and you said it's all, you got thousands from all across the country now.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When you all get in these group sessions and someone stays with you for a while and they get ready to move on, is there something in there to where these family members that have lost loved ones have been able to maybe learn how they can go and start and spread this network of support out there?
I have had people who have.
That's a good question, man.
That's a great question. Thank you. Yeah. So many people come to the group and the loss is very fresh, or they're beginning to deal with it, whether the loss is 2 years old or it happened when they were a child.
Right.
But they're starting to deal with it. And when they're ready to move on, they have asked me, I would like to do this in my community. How do we go about doing it? And I do send them to the AFSP, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That's where I was trained. Okay. I don't know of other training, but being a facilitator is not a counselor. I keep the conversation going. I encourage people to talk in a safe space. People cry, they yell, they scream, they swear, we laugh. We talk about movies and our pets. We tell off-color jokes. We talk about life and how we're living it while we're carrying this horrible grief with us.
I like that, because a lot of times when people are carrying grief with them and they go to talk to somebody, and I'm glad you and this organization exist, because a lot of times when someone is really grieving very deeply and they go and they talk to someone that they think they can talk to, they run into this situation to where whoever they're talking to and trying to vent to tries to fix their problem for them. And there's no fixing that. All they want is just someone to vent on, and all they need is just someone to have an ear so that they can vent into it, but not to have somebody turn around and try and fix their situation, because it's not fixable. It's only something that they can do themselves.
Well, and we have to work through it. We have to deal with it somehow. We have to learn how to live with the loss. And with a suicide loss, it's so specific. Only it seems like only someone who's lost someone to suicide gets you.
Right. And
Um,
I'm very fortunate in my family that well, I'll say it this way. I'm not aware of anyone in my mom or dad's side of the family or in my immediate family that has we've lost anybody to suicide.
died by suicide.
Uh, but I do know that losing someone to suicide is so much more deeper and harder to deal with than it is. I mean, all death is difficult, natural or by an accident or whatever, but it seems like it affects the dynamics of the family deeper when it's
Yeah.
a suicide. And I hear so many people a lot of times say, well, how could anybody be that selfish? How could somebody do that to people that they claim they love? And my response always is, I said, what a shame it is to be in a situation in your life to where you think that's the only out that you have.
Thank you.
You know, that's
That's
that's the pastor that's talking in me.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very good. That's
You know,
what
to be
needs to be
in
shared.
that place in your life that you feel like that's the only outlet you have
Right.
has got to be one of the loneliest places in the world.
Exactly.
And how can anybody say any comments on anything and be
Pe-
judgmental like that in a situation like that? That is wrong on so many levels you can't even count them as far as I'm concerned.
Well, people are getting better, and we are getting the word out on many levels. Mental health
Yes.
organizations are as
Yeah.
well, and we advocate at the national, at the state, and the local government levels. We advocate. We go to the, uh, the not the White House, but the Congress, and we talk to them about getting legislation passed. Right now, it's about getting education for teachers when they have to do their continuing education,
Yes.
teaching them what to look for and how to help a child in their class if they're feeling suicidal or feeling
Exactly.
right, getting help that way. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the when we changed the 988, that was directly from lobbying and the advocating that the suicide awareness organizations
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
we've been spreading that 98 around all over. I know
Yeah.
all the
fantastic.
veteran website. I deal with three of them. BV Nation out of Oregon, VRS. I think they're based out of Ohio, and then us on here. We're all the time talking about 988. We tell the veterans, look, if you can't get a hold of veteran uh, things, VA or anything like that, 988, brothers,
Right.
988.
Call it.
Right.
Whatever tool, and we like these tools. We collect these tools that we
Oh, you
get,
bet.
and we pass them out.
One of the things the VA is doing right now, and they're getting a whole lot better,
Yeah.
and they've really gotten better over the past few years,
Yeah.
and
I hope
it's
so.
getting better now
Okay.
because of the mental illness and with so many veterans committing suicide.
Mhm.
That if you call the automated line to check on an appointment or get a prescription refilled, that's the first thing that's on there that they talk about immediately. Give a
Mhm.
phone number, call here, call this. If you're thinking about it, you can go to this number right now immediately. We will connect you to a hotline and you can talk to somebody. So the awareness of this is really picking up momentum.
Yes.
The
So I
VA has
really,
always had the awareness of it, but
but the action,
they're only as able to do what they're able to fund.
right,
Right.
exactly.
Well,
When
and
budget
another thing,
cuts cut the VA, they can't do the things that they need to do when they don't have the money. But
Right.
I'm glad to hear that they have progressed to
Well,
that.
what they're doing now is they have what they call community care.
yes,
To
Uh-huh.
lighten the overload into the VA system,
right.
because I'm on community care myself now
Yeah.
for other medical reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now they can get you put out to community care
Mhm.
and get you into the civilian sector. And this is all to lighten their caseload. And the fact is, there's so many veterans that they're just flat overwhelmed with the caseload that they've got going. So this has really helped out the veterans a lot, being able to seek outside help outside the VA.
Right. And nothing about VA. The negative part of it was though, VA got where they were just cookie cutter. They just
Yeah.
they we exist.
Assembly line.
Yeah, we exist because we're outside the box.
Yeah.
Okay. They had two choices for a long time VA. Throw a medicine at you and call a number. That's all they would do. So we exist, and BB Nation and VRS exist because we do comedy. We do bands. We talk to somebody. Right. We have a kinship with a veteran. Okay. A lot of veterans want to talk to another veteran who knows what's going on. A lot of times you call that number, it usually was a civilian, and they didn't understand the plight of the veteran. Okay. So they changed that now. They got veterans answering the phone talking to other veterans. And that's great. So VA was lagging behind for a long time, and now they're starting to catch up. And that made our lives easier also, because now, they understand that, well, listen, W Entertainment has a show. Maybe you want to watch a couple of the podcasts, us or Roy. Roy has a show on our network. Yeah. And he's one of the comedians, the black comedian you've seen.
Yeah.
That's Roy.
I spoke with him for quite a while.
Yeah, he's got a show on this network as well every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. And so now we take over. Okay, the VA said, watch us. Let's give you something to watch. And we talk about news. We got funny memes. We do all kind of silly shit. So every veteran can have something to take away. Yeah. So he can go to sleep at night, wake up again tomorrow. We want them waking up. And you're on here. You don't deal with veterans. You deal with everybody.
I deal with anyone.
You got a big plate, okay, that you're trying to serve. And damn it. And I'll say, damn it, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
The family and friends of those who have passed is who I deal with.
And my wife loved you at Warrior Fest. She thought you was a distinguished, hell of a woman. Okay.
Oh, really?
For what you're doing. And so my family appreciates you a lot. I had comments, the people that were there said, what was that lady about? I said, well, you should have walked up and talked to her. And then I told them, like, well, we didn't know that existed. Bang, right there. Boom. Right there is the word that we need to get rid of. Yeah. Or the sentence, I'm sorry, the sentence we get rid of. Yeah. I didn't know they existed.
Didn't know support groups existed.
Yeah.
They didn't know they could sit at home privately and talk to them. And they didn't know that. They didn't. This stigma here for W Entertainment. I hear people say, I didn't know you guys existed.
Yeah. I've told people that's what we do here. They say, well, how long has that been around?
The gentleman that founded it 8 years ago. I bought it last year from him, and I was with him for 4 years. So we've been around a while, and we show up these towns like, what is W Entertainment? 22. We didn't know 22 veterans that commit suicide. I'm not saying people are ignorant. People just
unaware.
They're unaware because they're so busy.
Yeah.
Life's got
there's so much to share. But since I've been listening to you. Go ahead.
Fortunately, it takes money. It takes awareness to make this thing work. And so we got to figure out how to get these things together. Yeah. Get us going first, and then get the money going on, so you could come in and get the money going on and help with your programs where we take off.
My group is absolutely free.
Yes.
I pay for the Zoom myself. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for donations. Anything I do is free. I do it for my son. And I put my pain, I had to have a purpose for it.
You had to have a channel. You had to be able to channel that somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is how you're channeling your pain and your healing process all bottled in one.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, if I hadn't gone to the support groups that I went to those first couple of years, I would have joined Reese, because I don't think I would have harmed myself, but I wouldn't have cared if I died that first year.
It's because I'm a parent, you're a parent. It's because it throws the biological process out of whack. You're supposed to outlive your children.
Yes, your children are supposed to bury you.
Yeah, your children are supposed to bury you. You're supposed to outlive them. And when that doesn't happen, oh boy, that upsets the apple cart.
Apple cart. But many marriages, one of the leading reasons for divorce, is the death of a child. Money, and affairs.
It's either gonna pull you together or it's gonna spread you apart.
Right.
One of the two.
And unfortunately, it pulls them apart. Yeah. It really does. And
my family, we're a blended family. There's 7 children with the two families. They're all adults. But they all came together, and they're still, they lost their brother, and he was the life of the party, like Robin Williams. You met him once, you didn't forget him. He was the favorite uncle, the play in the leaves, snowball fight, cannonball into the pool. Yeah, he was Uncle Reese.
The kid that never grew up, you know.
Yes. He was 25. And, you know, when they told me he took his life, when they said suicide, they might as well have said an alien beamed him up. That's how much I knew about suicide. That's how surreal and unreal that was for us, for all of us. No one in our family, we had no basis for that. So I knew nothing.
Right.
And what I know now, I know so much, and I know so many people, and I've met so many wonderful people. But yeah, they could have said that, you know, little green men came and took him away. But I'm trying. I'm not trying to be smart.
No, but
no, you're not being smart.
I may have known more about aliens than I knew about suicide when Reese died.
We're not being smart on here.
It's such an unrealistic thing that you can't wrap your mind around it.
Right. If they had said a car accident,
okay, that happens.
You know, that happens. I would like to, if it's all right with you, while we're talking about other things, if anybody out there has any questions for me, I'd be glad to answer them. If I don't know how that works. Interested in finding out about the training. Leading cause of divorce is marriage.
That's Dean Cerny. He's
He's
one of our guys. If you're just tuning in, we're here with Tracy Hopkins. What a lovely, wonderful lady, taking up the fight. You know, where we leave off, she's pulling that fight.
She picks up the torch and runs.
And helping the families. There's families out there that's so confused about their emotions, what to feel, what not to feel. Is it okay to do this? It's okay to grieve. That's my knowledge. It's okay to grieve. We all grieve in different ways. Yeah. But do not put that gun in your head. Do not put that bottle in. No, there's other avenues. I mean, she's here for that reason. So, any questions you guys got, feel free to type in. And if you guys who watch this after it's recorded, because we got a lot of people watch it later on, if you have any questions for her, she's going to give her information on here, right? And if you don't mind, I'll give your phone number to them if you don't mind.
Absolutely. My email address and everything.
Her phone number is 816-803-3772. Or you can contact her privately. If you don't want to talk to her, you can contact her by Tracy Hope. That's Tracy Hope Group KC. Tracy Hope Group KC at gmail.com.
And Tracy is TRACY.
Yes. Okay. And so that's all lowercase. Guys, if you're watching this show later on, and I know a lot of people do, if you want to contact her, ask her a question. She loves to talk to you. She wants to help you out. She's a very nice lady. I met her. How I met Tracy was I called her husband because he's a band. He has a band. And it was kind of a last minute thing. I was driving down the freaking road and I had a band pull out of Warrior Fest. I need another band. I got his number from a gentleman, Jake Cameron, from Mixology. Is actually the band that backed out, gave me his number. He couldn't, but he's talking about what his wife does. I says, well, I got some, this must be a call from the sky because I want to meet your wife. And he goes, well, he said, I'm impressed with what you do. Maybe I need to get you and my wife in contact. I'm thinking, okay. And so and I met her and she came to Warrior Fest and had a little boot there. And man, she was entertained and loved what we did. And I promised her she'd come on here to talk, and nothing. She's here, and so
cool. I'm going to have to come back for another visit.
Yeah. You could be a reoccurring people on here. You got a permanent spot, no matter. You just make a call. You got a platform here to talk. And like I said,
you're in like Flint. There you go. So
there's at least between our network, Kyle's network of VRS, and our brothers and sisters at BV Nation, there's at least 250,000 people right now who see your mug. Okay. And they put up my mug, they can put up with your mug. Okay.
I definitely need to clean my office then. I didn't know how wide the camera was.
And you're on Facebook, you're on Twitch, Twitter. You are now the face.
I am the face. Okay. My group is called Hope After Suicide Loss. You're welcome, BJ. Thank you.
She's a great lady too. That's his wife, BJ.
That's my wife.
I guarantee you, when you talk to his wife, when you come out of the conversation, you ain't wanting to commit suicide because she put you in such a mood like, damn, I like her. I don't even know her name, and I like her.
She's a pastor's wife.
She's like taking the cork off of a bottle of champagne. The bubbles just keep flowing.
Yeah,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
I would love to put a
those
microphone
people.
in her hand.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
need those people, absolutely.
teach her how to tell jokes. She'd be funny as hell. You know, teach her how to do the concept, put a mic in her hand. She's a great lady. And she would be somebody who could, if she was in that line of work,
Yeah.
she would be an asset to you because she could team up with you, and you know, and she'd talk the fork out of the devil's hand.
She can sell ice cubes to a Eskimo. She can. I'm telling you.
So we're going to take a little break from this because I'm kind of getting in my feels a little bit here. We'll come back to it. Since the death of my mother, I want to kind of move on to something a little more happier.
Sure.
And we got another veteran brother going to come on here in a minute and talk to you about things. I haven't got a whole lot as far as the comedy today, but I want to get to some comedy. First of all, I got to play something for you. Devil Doc loves this lady. Okay, this is how society. This is how get your comedy mode now. This is how things go in society.
This is it.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
That was on the news. That was not fake. That was not a skit. That was actual news.
That was actual news. Put her on payroll. Give her a raise.
Hopefully not in Kansas City. I hope not.
No, that was LA or somewhere.
Hey, Richie, you've got to play Tracy and the Commander, the lady calling about the deer.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right. This is 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I gotta set this up. I apologize, Tracy, ahead of time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
For what you're about to hear. Please listen all the way to the end because the people doing this, God bless them. Okay. Here we go.
Now, Donna, you got quite the vent today. It sounds like what's going on with you.
Well, I wanted to voice my opinion on something that's been bothering me for a really long time.
Okay.
I tried writing the newspaper and contacting TV stations, but nobody seems to want to stay with this. So that's why I'm calling you guys.
What's the issue?
Well, over the past few years, I've been involved in 3 separate car accidents involving deer.
Mm-hmm.
With the population and everything. Each of these incidents, they've occurred shortly after I saw a deer crossing sign on the highway. Well, my frustration is that Minnesota and North Dakota Departments of Transportation would allow these deer crossings to be in such high traffic areas. I mean, I've even seen them on the interstate. Why are we encouraging deer to cross at the interstate?
Like a deer can
I don't
read.
get it. That's such a high traffic area. I mean,
You
I understand that deer are wild animals and they need to travel across the streets occasionally to survive. And, of course, to find food. But it seems to me that so irresponsible of us to allow these deer crossings to be in areas where these deer are so likely to be struck by oncoming traffic. Wouldn't you agree? I mean,
He's confused.
I mean, you think they would put deer crossings maybe, in, smaller towns, maybe during at a school crossing. It would be a safer place for them to cross.
Wait.
Put the deer crossing sign.
Deer crossings aren't telling deer that it's safe to cross there. It's just more of like an alert for drivers so they know it's like a high deer population.
The government put the deer crossings there. They can direct the deer population anywhere they want to by moving that deer crossing sign. I mean, why in the world would they place it on the highway or the interstate? I mean, God, there are so many other places I can think of than putting the deer crossing signs on busy highways and interstate.
You seem to be under the misunderstanding that the deer are somehow attracted to the deer crossing sign.
Well, yeah, the deer crossing sign is there to allow the deer to know that's where they need to cross.
No.
Right.
No.
And all these car accidents you had involved a deer after you'd saw a deer crossing sign.
Exactly.
She's
I mean,
pulling a prank.
I'm trying to watch out for the deer, but I'm, speed limit's 55, 65. How am I supposed to, you can't brake really quick if if the deer just is crossing in that deer crossing area.
So you'd like to see these signs move somewhere safer?
Right. If we can move them, like,
Now the woman tried.
don't put deer crossing signs on the interstate or freeways. Put them in lower traffic areas. Somewhere where the speed limit's a lot slower. Maybe small towns. I don't know. I think school crossings is a good idea.
Well, listen, we will. Yeah, I mean, you say you've tried to contact quite a few people about this.
Right. Yeah, I wrote like at least 3 or 4 letters, and
we will spread the word. Okay, we will try to kind of help you raise some awareness for this issue. Okay.
Oh, thank you. We need to move those deer crossing signs.
We appreciate your comment this morning.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
No.
She had to be pranking you.
No.
She was serious.
No. She's dead serious.
Listen, boys and girls.
You could
I'll
tell
say
Minnesota and North Dakota apparently hasn't had enough human interaction.
Next, she's going to call and say,
I think her and the reporter are related.
they're sisters.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
That
Next
says
they're gonna tell me-
Anaheim.
Yeah, California. Yeah. Next, they're going to tell me that deer don't eat banana because they ain't got thumbs.
Yeah.
They can't peel them. So we need to give prosthetic thumbs so they can peel banana. These are people that. Now listen, I don't want her to commit suicide.
No,
But
common
damn.
sense. They don't have any
Damn.
common sense.
They are allowing those people to vote.
Yeah, those people need to stop voting.
That's all I got.
They need to, when you smoke weed, it's puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass.
They let that woman procreate.
Yes, they have.
And she has a degree.
Oh God!
Holy cow.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, see, I debuted that last week. You didn't get to see that. That was
No.
poor Kyle. I mean, I thought he lost 3 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he pre-played it for me.
Yeah.
It got better the 5th time I've seen it.
You've heard it before, yes?
no, yeah, I showed it to him before we went on air last week, and he was prepared, right? No. So I played you that one. I got to play you this one here.
You can't prepare for that.
This is another 3-minute video. This guy gets a ticket and he flips plumb out. He loses his ever-loving mind. If this had been me, I'd have had the SWAT team come in and arrest my ass. Okay, so and forgive me for the language ahead of time. Okay, there is language, adult language, but you know what? Here.
What's the date on that? I'll have to plead guilty if I got to work because I can't take the court to take the day off. You goddamn asshole! Now just give me the goddamn thing. Let me get out of here. I did do nothing wrong, and I know I did. Now let me get the fuck out of here. I ain't in no hurry, but I did want to get some kills for my dog. It's just about ready to get the fuck out of here. Give me that.
Can I explain it to you, sir, so you'll know what you need to do?
I know what I do. You're ripping me off, and I didn't deserve it because I didn't do nothing wrong. You're probably sitting that parking lot driving right back and forth to get someone in the 40 miles of whatever frig it is. I never saw the sign. I saw it 55, and I was doing 57. That's all I know. Now just give me the goddamn thing, and I'll look at the date. If I'm working, I'll pay the fucking fine because I can't afford to take a day off. And if I'm not working, I'll plead not guilty because I know fucking well I'm not guilty. There. Now, are you a state or local? Looks like you're a state trooper. Get back and pick up some more guys and run up the friggin' deficit on the working man. Just give me the damn thing. Let me get out of here.
What I need you to do is sign the X so I can explain this to you.
There ain't no explaining. I got picked up for speeding before. You're guilty and you pay the fine and hope your insurance don't go up. And you try not to speed the next time. And that's what I've been trying to do for 4 or 5 years, and it's worked damn good until I run into you, you asshole.
Green copy's for your record, sir.
I don't... All right.
White copy needs to be mailed in within 20 days.
Okay.
Make sure you read the...
I can't read, and I put this stuff away. I get bills in the mail all the time. I don't even look at $7 glasses here. All right, just tell me what I do. Lincoln Court?
No.
Where?
Read the instructions here. This says you have 20 days to respond to this summons. Read the back of this hard copy. This will explain how you can have a trial if you want one. On the back, that'll explain it. Attaches an envelope. See? Put a stamp on that, you mail that in. They'll tell you what to do.
I can afford the stamp.
The fine's right here, sir. It's $137.50.
You're fucking crazy! I get it! You're fucking crazy! My wife took money out of her goddamn account where she's working to pay my fucking insurance so I wouldn't get picked up. You're fucking crazy!
If you don't pick this up, sir, I'm going to summon you for littering.
I'll pick the goddamn 100. Are you fucking crazy? I wasn't even speeding, you goddamn asshole! $100 and some dollars? Jesus fucking Christ!
There's some more right there.
Oh, I've never heard of a fine like that in my life, you god!
That guy's over caffeinated or something. I don't know.
He needs the Xanax.
Needs more than a Xanax.
That was in the 90s. That was in the 90s.
That was 30 years ago, yeah.
They'd have had me in cuffs. As soon as I slapped that ticket, oh, that's assault. That'd have been.
Well, you can get it for calling the trooper names, can't you?
Yeah. Well, I know. Actually, you got freedom of speech. You can do that. You can call them all the thing in the world, but you better not touch them.
Yeah.
You better not touch them. All right, take a break from that. One thing I started doing here. You ever wonder what celebrities look like mixed? You know, like
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, boy.
I got two, and then I got a hero of the day. Okay, I'm just gonna put it up here. I can't even explain this one. Dolly Parton and a Dalai Lama.
Oh dear God.
Dolly Parton.
Oh dear God.
Wrong.
We're going to hell in a handbasket
My
really
mom's
quick.
right now, get ready to slap me in the back of the freaking head. She's like, I didn't know he did this. I'm sorry. Let me handle this.
You're going to
Wow.
Yeah. When he gets up here. All right. Oh, this one's sorry about that. Jay-Z and Ice-T.
Oh God.
Oh man. That's no.
That's not much of an improvement. Just gave more hair.
Yeah.
Trying to do the Medusa thing there.
Yeah. No. Sorry, Ice-T.
Yeah.
I love you in Law and Order, though. Yeah, you're great in that. Okay, here. This is a different segment. I don't normally do this one, but this is a real hero. Some heroes don't wear capes. Not all heroes wear capes. Wisconsin man throws a beer bottle at a bartender when she changes Black Sabbath to Christmas music. You don't want to hear no Christmas music at a certain time. All I got to say about that is, bravo! Good, sir. That Christmas music should. I'm sick and tired of having Christmas before Halloween. Knock that bullshit off. That is like blasphemy.
Do you still have the Mariah Carey, Mike Myers one?
No. I got laughed so hard I erased something out of there. But I got this.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
Tracy loves that too.
I never get tired of that one.
No, that's just awesome because it's real. I mean, it actually happened. You're like, the hell she say? And you rewind it.
That and the deer cross. You can't make that up.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Even
Nobody
hear
is that
what
good
she
a
was
writer.
saying.
Nobody's that damn dumb. You big dummy.
You big dummy.
You big dummy.
You big dummy. Yeah. Whew.
Wow.
Here's one of my best. Here's a scene from one of my best movies that makes me laugh. I'm gonna double scene you right here. You see if you can name this movie.
So, baby, how we doing now?
We made about 200. 200? Your girl's been back there all night. How they only make $200?
You kissed my ass quick. I don't never say nothing to you when the crap table and the bar come up short.
Because the bar and the crap table never come up short, just the girls.
Now, calm down, Vera. Kiss my ass, sugar. I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.
I ain't trying to say shit. You in charge of the girls, right?
I am in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I damn in charge of the girls.
Okay, the girls are always coming up short. All right, let's get the shit out in the open. The girls are always coming up short. Even when the place is packed, the girls come up short. Now, either you or them got a problem with their arithmetic.
Are you saying I'm stealing?
Man, just say you stealing beer. Now come on over and sit down and shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up, Benny. I would tell you to kiss my ass too, but you probably can't find it, you blind motherfucker.
Fuck you, bitch.
All right, and this is the aftermath of that.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. What the fuck is wrong with you? You done accused me of stealing. The only thing I'm stealing out here today is your face. You out of your fucking mind? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? Well, then come on, goddammit. You been fucking me since I'm gonna beat the shit out of your old ass in this motherfucker, too. Yeah. Punch people in their eyes, right? Right? Bitch.
That all you got?
Yeah, you didn't think it was gonna be like that, right? And now I'm gonna blast your motherfucking
Nigga, you hit like a bitch.
Oh, you're a little slower than you thought, ain't you, huh? Yeah. I punch like a bitch, huh? Okay. I punch like a bitch? You'll say goodnight to this bitch right now.
Part three of that, she gets on him and beats the crap out of him with a trash can lid and screws his world up. He gets up and shoots her. Or he pulls a gun. Barry, you better knock it off. He goes, oh, you want to shoot me in my pinky toe, huh? And she takes the trash can lid and works him over. Then he shoots her in the fucking toe. It's a hilarious movie. If you haven't never seen Harlem Heat, go get it. Go get it. Your microphone's hang on, you're muted again. What the hell happened? No,
That's okay.
Yeah, Harlem Heat, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Eddie Murphy in anything in a long time. He's
that's
young in that.
Well,
really young.
not only is he in it, but Richard Pryor is in it.
I
He's
know.
like the leader. Red Fox.
Red Fox.
Yeah, Red Fox is in it. Yeah.
And who is the woman?
Della Reese.
Yeah, she's
That's
played
right.
also on
Touched by an Angel.
That's what Angel.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when Red Fox died, this TV series, his new TV series, that was his on-screen wife. That was on-screen wife, and she's the one that said, when he had a heart attack, it said she's hollering, he ain't faking that shit. Somebody call his wife, and they come over and they couldn't revive him. He died on stage. They couldn't revive him, and she was there and she talked about him and what a great guy he was, and what he was on stage. Was not what he was in real life, and what a great guy, from St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, I want to welcome in a good friend of ours, a veteran, one of the founders and owners of VRS. If you ever want to go in there and talk, this is my guy you got to talk to. Bring you on. He's my good friend. He's helped me out in many a situation. He's checked on me at least 10 times already. Hang on a minute. He's a real good friend of mine. Please welcome Benny.
What's going on, fellas? Ma'am, how we doing?
Hey, hello there.
Hello.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Still standing, just like the rest of us,
Yeah.
And, coming up on the wonderful holiday season, yay. Although Walmart still confused me. I think they want me to decorate my Christmas tree while eating turkey while wearing a Halloween costume. But, it is what it is.
Well, we covered that a while ago. Minnie, this is Tracy Hopkins. She works with the people after what we do. If we happen to lose people, suicide, she takes care of the family and talks to them, and they can set a privacy in their own home and come on and talk to them. And she's a very lovely lady. She was at Warrior Fest, had a good time. She said, and this is Minnie. He's a real good buddy of ours, Marine. So if that tells you something about him, baseball nut. He absolutely loves baseball. And he loves baseball like I love football. Okay, he's the man. He does sports church and everything with us on there. He's an outstanding guy. I made some moonshine, sent it to him. He drunk it, said it was great. I don't know who he is or not, but he told me it was because he's a good guy. So if you ever need to go on network and spread, I'll talk to him. He'll bring in his network and get more people. He's that good. I've been talking to him many about the after effects of suicide, and you're a guy that went through some similar issues. Why don't you tell her about your story? So she'll know.
Well, I mean, it it wasn't directly right off the military. I've been out for a few years and had a typical get married while you're a junior Marine and have that blow up in your face. But a few years after I got out, I got remarried, and it was great. She was amazing, and then the Almighty threw us a curveball, and she got cancer, and she passed away inside of 6 months from diagnosis to her funeral. And yeah, I crumbled horribly. And I crawled inside a bottle and decided one night, the hell with it. So, got my AK-47 out and locked and loaded and getting ready to do the deed. And a Army medic that I knew who served in Iraq, it was a good friend of mine in town, sent me a meme. So he knew what was going on and made me laugh, made me cry, and made me call him. And he promptly came over with some more alcohol. However, he did take away all my guns for an extended period of time, which there was no fight whatsoever. Part of the story when he had sent me that meme, I laughed and I cried, and I slammed my AK to the ground. And because I was pretty inebriated and wasn't thinking well, I cooked the round off and went through the bottom of my apartment, out my garage. I didn't see my cats for a week. But yeah, I was that close. And since then, I've learned a lot about it, a lot about the after effects. And one of the reasons we do our shows is an avenue for people to let loose, also an avenue to reach out. Because from my understanding, I'm sure that suicide isn't just, it's the song from MASH, suicide is painless. Well, not really. Actually, it's horribly painful and exponentially painful to everyone around. Because the questions come, why didn't I do something? Why didn't I see something? What did I do that caused this? What didn't I do that caused this? And it's horrible. And I've seen it through friends of mine, their families. It's so crushing.
Yeah.
And so it's really neat to see somebody like yourself out there, on the other side of the end. Zoom. Yeah. Just trying to somehow put the pieces together, if that's even possible.
Well, my group has been in existence for 5 years, and I've had hundreds of people come through in that 5 years. It started out face-to-face, and since COVID, it's gone to Zoom, and it's nationwide now. So if people find out about it, it's online on several websites. It's free. They email me or text me, and I send them a link once I verify that they've actually lost someone. And it can be anyone. It can be a parent. It can be your child. It can be a sibling, your friend at work. If you're affected by someone's suicide, you're welcome to join our group. And we support and encourage and lift each other up and cry together and go through the what ifs and, comfort each other and just go through it and get through it, because you have to get through it in order to carry that loss with you.
Yeah.
And I lost my son to suicide in 2013 and attended them. And that's why I do this now for others.
I was just about to ask, how does one get into this? Because this doesn't seem like, oh, geez, I need to pass the time.
Right. No, I'm actually a realtor by profession. And when Reese died in 2013, like I was telling the guys earlier, I had absolutely no idea what suicide was about or anything. So I went to support groups because I needed someone to tell me I wasn't crazy for the things I was thinking and feeling. And, after 2.5 years of that, I became a facilitator. I was trained to become a facilitator and started this group that I have now. And it's been 5 years that I've been doing this. And trained by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, a very reputable organization. And I just keep the group going and people come. I said earlier, I'd like to say I have a party and nobody comes. But I wish I had a party and no one came. But they do find out about it and they do keep coming. So I provide a safe place for them.
Outstanding.
Yeah. It's hard, but it's worth it because nobody understands like someone who's been there. And you guys are vets, you know that. You can't talk to me and have me say, I understand. Because I haven't seen combat. I'm not a vet. You guys understand each other. We understand. We understand suicide loss.
Yeah. What's one thing that you could tell people in your group? One thing to alter their life to get them through what they're doing. I know. We always say somebody change something that'll help you. What's one thing? What's one piece of advice that you would give a family?
The pain softens and changes, and you can get through this. I promise. It doesn't happen fast, but you can do it. You have two choices. You can join your loved one, or you can figure out how to live without them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I have my daughter's adopted grandmother, because my wife's parents and my parents were passed away, and my daughter wasn't very old when my mother passed away, and then on my daughter's first birthday, my wife's mother passed away.
Wow.
So we were at church one day, and they were having bring your grandmother. You know that the girls were doing something with grandma.
Oh yeah.
And my daughter looked up at her mom and says, "I don't have a grandma." And so my wife looked at our daughter and says, "Well, you're just going to have to pick one." And she picked Grandma Dorothy. And I'm heading this direction here in just a minute. Later on in years, we found out that Grandma Dorothy had two sons. One passed away here a few years ago of a heart attack, but her youngest son was a Marine, and he committed suicide. And she's talked to me and Julie and the wife several times about, and she talks about both of her boys that are gone now, but especially the one that committed suicide. And she carried her, and Papa Joe, he just sort of crawled off and just shut it down. You know, he just shut down, didn't talk about it or nothing. But Grandma Dorothy had to talk about it, and then we would listen, and she'd talk more, and I go over and do things to help out, and it'll always eventually come up, you know. But she learned how to deal with it just by finding someone to listen to her when she wanted to talk about Eddie, and you know, and so she never really went to a support group or reached out to anybody. It was usually just church family, but at least she had somebody to talk to. But I was just thinking years back when this happened, if there would have been an organization like this that she could have reached out to, it would have probably been a whole lot. She would have healed quicker. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's so many people. Yeah. So organizations like yours are an absolute blessing.
No, thank you.
They are a blessing. And I am so glad that you're on the back side of this program.
If there has to be a backside to this, I'm glad I'm there.
I'm glad you're there. Yes. I wish there wasn't a backside at all, but unfortunately, that's not the life and world that we're living in. So there is, unfortunately, a backside to all of this 22 a day. And so hopefully one of these days we'll be able to increase more awareness on suicide. And it's getting there. It's, you know, it's you know, the ball has started rolling downhill, and it's picking up momentum. And as soon as there's more awareness and it's more in the forefront of everybody's mind, instead of being shoved to the back of everybody's mind. And I find out a lot of times it's because people don't want to admit that we have certain problems in our society. Like it makes us like we're a weaker society because we have a problem here with this, and we're not. Actually, it's shown that we got strength to reach out and help people in many different ways.
Or get the help you need.
Yeah, and get the help you need. Yeah, it takes courage to say I need help.
Yep.
It takes courage to say help me.
You're right.
Help me. Yeah. A weak person won't seek the help, but a strong person will help me. And we got to get that stigma reversed to where more people can say, help me.
Absolutely.
A strong person also relies on his family. If you got a good family base, like a good partner, and they mean well for you, and they're trying to help you, a good person will say, you know what, I'm gonna do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did it in 2009. My wife, Minnie met my wife. He loves my wife. My wife said, when Minnie met my wife, he's like, wait a damn minute. She's pretty, and he's like, damn, he's ugly. And he still can't figure out how the hell I landed my wife. He's like, I gotta ask you something, man. You got any money? you got pictures of her and showed her to her dad, or is that how you married her? But but my wife pushed me in 2009 to go get help, and I thank her for it. And I relied on, I'm a big tough man, but my wife pushed me to go get help. That doesn't make me any weaker of a man. I still bench over 350 pounds. I still have black belt martial arts. I still fought in a cage. I still got the pedigree. But my wife helped me to go to see. Ain't nobody give a crap. And who cares? You care what they think? And that's something she had to play a certain card. Appeal to my manhood to get me to go do it. And so having a good family base. And family is not all blood either. I mean, I look at right here. This is family to me. We're all family here. We could call each other anytime, any day or night. Each one of us has called each other and said, "Man, look, I'm struggling. Well, what's wrong with you, brother? Tell me what's wrong." And they just shut up and let a person talk.
Yeah.
It's half time. I mean, when I talk, it don't even make no damn sense. But yeah, okay, great. What's he talking about? They won't tell me that, but they're a good family base, and we need that. Dean Cerny, he's a guy you could call up. This guy right here. And he'll listen to you. He looks like Bigfoot. If you see Bigfoot and Dean in the same area, there's no such thing. Dean, he is Bigfoot. And he'll tell you all the time. People put his number on here. That's family, and that's what we need. A lot of people like it. Them other jokers, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Fuck you. I'll say it's my network. I'll say it. You eat a bag of nothing. Shut up. And so Minnie's did it. Devil Ducks Bennett did it. You've heard so many stories. You could write a book of what you've heard, Tracy. I promise you. I could write a book of what I've seen, although it might not be PG. But,
someone asked me when I was going to write a book, and I can't because everything I hear is confidential.
Yeah.
I could tell. Exactly. I could tell the stories, but I couldn't go into a lot of detail, and the book would have to. It would be a work in progress because I'm not finished yet. It's been 9 years since I lost Reese, but I'm not finished with the group yet. So it would.
Right there, see that right there? Yeah. That's a fan. That's a fan. He has no network affiliation. He watches all kinds of networks, comments, and everything. He says, "Call me, send me a minute, whatever." He really don't sleep. He is awake all the time. You got to catch him when he's not in Facebook jail, though. That guy's in Facebook jail. He's got 3 accounts, and I still ain't learned them all. Which one?
I think he's got like 12 of them.
Yeah, he might have 12 accounts. I don't know about that guy, but we love Dean on there. I love all our viewers. The guys will go back and watch us later on. Tracy Hopkins is with us today, guys. If you've got any questions,
read what DJ wrote about Demo's son.
If you got any questions for her, hit her up. Talk to her. I gave you the address a while ago how to get over her phone number, how to get hold of her. Good lady. She's taking up the fight. When we leave off, she picks up the pieces and gets people together and have a Zoom call. Yeah. I've been on a Zoom call once. Yeah, that's okay. We're a StreamYard fan here, but we'll talk to you. Tracy, man, look, I thank you so much for coming in. Like I said, I made a promise to you I was going to have you on. I wasn't going to do a show,
and I reached out and asked you. We really could have postponed it a week.
Yeah, but that's not how veterans operate. We tell you something, we're going to follow through.
I really appreciate it, and I hope that maybe something I've said tonight might have given you a little bit of comfort too, because I don't deal with, I deal with grief on a daily basis. It's not just suicide grief; it's grief. Yeah. So I know you're raw, and I know you're hurting right now. So I hope that you can find some comfort.
Well, I got comfort at the house in a jar.
Yeah, I heard you mention moon sign. Didn't you see me go? Oh,
allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, see, you need to learn that term, allegedly. It keeps you out of a lot of
Allegedly.
problems. Wait, came in moonshine? I don't know.
I don't recall.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I told you about Grandma Dorothy a little while ago, and her boy Eddie. BJ typed in there that Grandma Dorothy had shared that his hair was falling out in clumps, and he wasn't sleeping at nights, and he was suffering from PTSD from the service, and had no idea.
Did they have a name for it then, other than shell shock? How long ago was it?
I think I don't know if they were calling it PTSD at the time. I think they probably were, but it was in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
This was way back early.
Right.
And
battle fatigue.
Right.
Tired and this was the VA's attitude.
Yeah. They had another one that was called battle fatigue, shell shock, something exhaustion. You know, you can call it whatever you want to, but in World War I they called it shell shock. It's always shell shocked.
Yeah, shell shock.
Yeah, say what it is. Quit. The problem is society has tried to soften the words up for what was really bothering people. That just call it what it is. Quit trying to make it soft and like it so it doesn't hurt as much. So, but anyway.
Well, that's one thing that I'm not a huge fan of President Obama at all. But one of the things he did do is he made him open the books on PTSD, take another look at it, and let's start giving it some serious thought.
That he did.
And they did that, and thank him for that at least, because he made him start taking. Because usually you go to VA for you got a PTSD, they throw it off like whatever, it doesn't exist.
I wasn't a fan of Obama either. But
people still don't know about PTSD. There's so much about the brain, so many avenues, they don't understand. And if you got PTSD and bipolar, you're in trouble because they don't know how to diagnose you right. They don't know how to treat it, and so they do a lot of things. But thank you for that, and thank President Trump for allowing people, if you couldn't get treatment in VA, to allow you to go to civilian and get treated. That's one of the greatest things he's ever did.
He was one of the ones. He was the torch that put us on community care.
Yeah, when he ran for office, he said the VA sucks and they're backlogged and they need help.
Yeah,
and he made them get civilian things. And that's one thing I'm glad that he did on that was made us have the opportunity to get help with civilian work. Because I'm a 60-60, like you are. You're 60-60. That means I'm 60 miles or 60 minutes from the VA hospital, so I'm allowed to get care from the civilian world. A lot of veterans don't, and that's because of Trump. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's the one that did that. So
Eddie died in '92, so that's
okay.
Yeah,
that's 30 years ago.
30 years ago, he's been gone 30 years.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Wow. So that's where we're at. So. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy, what a lovely woman. Yeah. What a great guest you've been.
Oh, man. Thank you for being here.
You've honored me. You've honored W Entertainment Network. You've honored my brother over at BRS and back with veterans is coming on here. You've honored us for being on here. We appreciate what you do. You said that you appreciate what we do with our comedy and conscience and everything. But damn it, we appreciate what you do because you take up the other end of the spectrum. And a lot of people don't know. There was people when you left Warrior Fest that didn't know you existed. Right. Didn't know what to do, and I told them, well, they should have come over and talked to you, right? And
you told them about me several times.
Yeah, I was over beating my gums with you, big fat redneck up there talking about you. I mean, what the hell do you think I was talking about? And so, and they took a lot of your leaflets they had because I thieved some of your leaflets and I was passing them out. So that's a good theft,
absolutely. That's why I have them.
And we hand them out. And so I don't know if they'll contact you. A lot of people, say they're going to do something they don't. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But I think there's a lot of genuine people that ever experience it will have the resources now to take care of it.
I really hope that no one from Warrior Fest has the need to contact me.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that no one I met this weekend has the need to contact me.
Yeah. But if you do, guys,
if you do,
it's Tracy Hope Group KC, Tracy Hope Group KC at gmail.com. You can set it at your couch. You don't have to go nowhere. You sit there at your couch. You talk to people online through Zoom. People who won't judge you, who listen to you, who's been through some of the same similar situations, and know
And
the
you
right
don't have
words
to
say.
talk. You can just listen.
Yeah, listening. And sometimes listening and relating to someone else takes away your pain. So, guys, I wholeheartedly endorse what's going on here. So take it from me. If you give a shit at all about my opinion, I endorse her. She's a great lady. I brought her to Warrior Fest. I wouldn't have did that, just because it's her, because her name's Tracy. Well, I appreciate what she does. Hope. What a good word, man. Hope. And everybody needs that. And change. If you're not happy with something, my advice for you: change something. Change one thing in your life. To keep you from putting that gun in your head or laying down. Do you know one of the worst ways to commit suicide is getting popularity is getting run over by a train?
That's how my son.
And I don't mean this mean when I say this, but you know how much discipline you got to have, how determined you got to have to lay on a freaking train track and not get up, because the natural human reaction is to get up out of the way.
Yeah.
To lay there and let a train run over you. How far gone are you by that point?
That's how Reese died.
It's sad. Just letting a train.
Yeah.
I had a cousin who didn't want to face her life. She was having an affair on her husband, and she didn't want to face it. And she quit the affair, but she didn't want to face the shame, and she drove right into a train. She didn't lay down on the track, but she laid. And I read that's increasing. Man, how bad do you got to be to have a train?
It's like I said, it's a dark place.
Reese didn't lay down. He stood.
Well, but he fought the urge, because naturally he wants to move. That's a natural thing to beat that back and to stand there.
Yeah, he stood and just waited 4 or 5 seconds. They said he was ready to go.
That's bad. I mean,
my heart just bleeds for the guys on that train.
Yeah,
the crew.
Because
because that's something that they'll live with forever.
It is.
But yes, overriding your self-preservation instinct to do that is a dark place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
and that makes me very sad for my son. And you're right. You're right. It is rising in popularity. It's a very.
I don't like that word, but that's a way to describe it.
It's a very permanent way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's no.
Very few people survive that.
Like a gun, misfire or something, or a knife might be the wrong end. The train, there's no second chance. That's wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Dean Cerny, he loves trains. He collects trains, and it's his passion. And he'll tell you, that's just what a way to go. What a way to go. I'm always fearful my wife's going to poison me one day. My bulldog ass. So. But a train.
Glass at the table, and I give the dogs a little taste.
Yeah. If him and his wife get in a fight, he'll let the dog taste the food before he eats it. Yeah. I gotta. This is what your wife believes in you. This right here.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
Well, she's threatened to poison me a couple times. I don't know.
My wife looked at me one day and got real quiet. Right?
Yeah.
We was in an argument. I tell this on stage as a joke, but it's actually a true story. We got in an argument. I was right. She thought she was right. Turns out she was right all along, right? But for 4 days we didn't talk. We'd slide by each other. We wouldn't have a conversation at all. We were that mad. One day she cooked some food, okay, and she brought it to me. She was, "Here, baby, you look hungry." I'm thinking, you know what? That's right. She's admitting she's wrong. Thank you. I'm going to eat this food. But she sat down right next to me. Okay. And every time I get her to take a bite, she go, "What are you? Where the hell?" I took another bite. She's like, "Stop. What's wrong with you?" She goes, "You look real tired. You need a long nap. A long nap." Okay, and she's got a soft voice, and Minnie knows what I'm talking about, right? She's like, "A long nap, my ass." So I went to eat one more time, and she's like, I got up and said, "Nope, nuh-uh." I put the plate on the counter. I said, "Nuh-uh, hell no," because I remembered she likes ID channel, women who snap, killer women, locked up abroad. Okay, I mean, hell no.
She psyched you out.
I eat when you eat. Okay. She walked up and ate the whole damn plate of food.
Good for her.
Turns out she was right all along.
That's great. That's great.
I don't know, 29 years, and I still think I can win an argument, and I'm never going to win one. So I don't know. Someday I'll learn to just shut up.
Hey,
I don't know when.
I've won 2 arguments with my wife. I won 2. One of them I don't know how.
That's because she said you could.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
One of them I don't know how I won it. I was like, I won. Yeah, damn right. Another one I was right all along. But other than that, I fake it. But
I think.
what did I say?
I think the last time I won an argument, I think we had to chisel it in stone because they hadn't
Write it down.
having
Write it
paper
down.
yet.
Take a snapshot of it on your phone. Document. Yeah.
It's in hieroglyphics or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in my ancestry, we'd write on a freaking cave somewhere. Guys, we're here with Tracy Hopkins.
Okay.
Minnie joined us. Thank you, Minnie, for coming in, brother. Man, I love you to death. Devil Doc, he's here. Commander, of course, he's here. I don't know how much longer he's about to leave.
I don't know.
I'm getting the hell out of the way from you guys. You guys are silly. We just been having a good time talking about things, trying to make light of a situation that needs to be brought to the light.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the families deal with it. I told you about my neighbor who shot himself. His boys, they didn't have anything to help them.
Yeah.
They had a standard counselor, but I don't think their counselor really understood the effects of what suicide was. And so his sons grew up rough. They were getting in trouble with the law. I mean, as men, we had to take a responsibility to help train these boys, about things. And they did a little bit. And his wife, his widow, she learned a little bit and kind of helped out. But it was a long, hard process that they didn't need to suffer from if they would have known about organizations to do what Tracy does here. So again, we can't thank you enough to kind of take up where we leave off and kind of do take up. We obviously wasn't successful if you got to come in, and I'm okay with that. That you come in and take up if we wasn't successful. So thank you very much for what you do.
You're welcome.
At least what you're doing may keep someone who's going through this loss process of maybe deciding that they want to go join their loved one. So.
Well, I'm grateful to provide the space for
That's
people.
great.
Yeah.
Is there anything coming up that you want to announce? Any big important convention, or I don't know what the word to use for what you do, but anything you want to tell anybody?
Let me see. Just tomorrow night is group. If anyone is interested in joining, you've got my information on how to get a hold of me to get the. There you go.
There you are.
That's a redneck as hell.
Next time you can
at the bottom of your screen.
Hang on a minute. Let me put my chaw away. I got 3 teeth left. I mean, act like my mother died or something. What the hell's wrong with me? Didn't get to prepare shit correctly.
I very much do appreciate you having me on here. I never thought I'd be involved in something like this with my little group that I started 5 years ago, but I'm grateful that it's.
Sounds like a pretty large group now.
Yeah, it is. You're on YouTube now. Yep. Okay, you're on YouTube now. Your ass is grown.
Yeah, that's it. It's done everywhere.
Well, I'm grateful that I can do it and provide a space for people that need to share and need to know that they're not alone. That's the big thing. Because I felt like I was losing my mind.
Yeah. All them comedians that you've seen at Warrior Fest.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't watch us all, but what you seen at Warrior Fest? Every one of them have had a problem, one way or another.
Or you've known someone who's passed, so you're suffering.
We know.
Struggling.
That's why we were there. Those comedians, man, are such good people in the band. I called them up. They said, Warrior Fest time? Yeah, count us in. They never asked for a dime. They do it for free. One at a time. Nice. And they knew what was coming, and they did it in the band. Like I said, her band's played 3 or 4 Warrior Fest now. I called them up and they said, just let us clear a schedule. That's all. And they brought their own stuff in this year. And it was a great little band, great little show. Comedians are funny. They were on point. You understood the older comedian. He speaks with older terms sometimes, and you got what he was saying because.
Oh yeah.
You're only 42, so
yes, I am.
I appreciate you got it. But it was a good time, and
it was a good time.
Tracy, you're welcome back here anytime.
Thank you.
You ever want to talk about? You always have a platform.
Anytime you want to have me come back and discuss it again, you know how to get a hold of me too.
I do, and you got an open invite from now to the rest of your life to Warrior Fest. You'll never have to pay a dime. You and your husband come to Warrior Fest. You know, if you want to have a point where you get up and speak at Warrior Fest, I'll give you the microphone. I mean, I own the company. Who the hell cares?
Sure, I'd be glad to do that. I'd be glad to. All right.
We'd be glad to have you. Don't want to kick you loose, but it's getting where I'm getting about done.
Okay.
So
go ahead and release me then.
Yeah,
Pleasure, gentlemen, meeting all of you.
Absolutely. Same.
Absolutely.
Kyle, get well. Yes,
I'm working on it.
I know it.
There you go.
It's the best I can tell you. Get well.
I'm working on it.
But do me a favor.
And take care.
Do me a favor. Do not send a get well card from my mother. That's already happened. Someone in my family sent my mother a get well soon card.
It just came too late.
No. Her condition was, they knew she was dying, and he said, get well soon.
Oh, it was a
That's
terminal.
not the right card.
Yeah.
For that situation. I mean,
his heart was in the right place, though. You have
me
to
being
consider...
a comedian, I laughed about it. I'm thinking, you are the dumbest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life. Or maybe you didn't know, but no shit. It said, dear Betty, get well soon.
Miracle. It's miracle.
America. Yeah.
No, a miracle.
Yeah,
it's a miracle.
He's one of America. That's what it is. Yeah. But he does have all his teeth. Okay, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he does brush his fangs. Anyway, and get well soon, Betty. Yeah, she's gonna respond to that. Yeah. Okay, when you're sleeping, she grabs your toes. You don't think nothing about it. You know? Tracy, thank you, doll, for coming on. We appreciate you very much. We all love you, what you do. If you ever want to come on here again, you can. I'm pretty sure if you ever need to go on VRS or if you ever want to go on BB Nation, contact them guys. They'd love to have you on there.
All right. I will get a hold of you and have you give me their information. All of yours. Okay.
I can do that. I can do that. I have just a little bit of skills. So if you require any more, you're in trouble. But I got enough to get you the right people.
All right. Thank
Tracy,
you so
thank
much.
you a lot. God bless y'all. May the great spirit bless you, keep you, and his face shine upon you. And until we meet again, don't dog ahoy. Yep. You take care of yourself.
Later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, that was Tracy Hopkins. Man, what a great lady.
Yeah.
What a great organization to be part of. I'm glad she come on. I'm real glad that I'm glad I didn't cancel because I had her set up for a day, and I'm glad we didn't cancel. I'm glad we did it. That being said, how you guys doing, man? What's up with you two? Huh?
Just doing the thing, man. Living the dream. Dealing with the terrorist, and just put him to bed just before I jumped on, and he's a trip. And then the next one comes in 1, 2, 3 months. Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right in the damn middle of winter.
Yeah.
Everybody says, I procrastinate. I'm like, second kid, 46 years old.
There you go, getting with it. He's catching up. He's behind, catching up. Yeah. Good. How you doing there, Devil Doc?
I'm trying to get my damn money back that got missing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take me 2 weeks. So.
What happened?
Somebody got into my account and my wife's account. So we had to cancel. I had to cancel my card. She canceled her cards. And they're in the process for mine because I had more money taken out than she did.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to find out where it was actually taken out from, and they're going to press charges.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
When did this happen?
Saturday morning.
Wow, the day of Warrior Fest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were going to go to the airport and pay for our tickets and
fly out.
be there. Yep.
Yeah. Shelly went online with her debit card and she went to order a T-shirt. She found a shirt that I liked and she was going to order it. Right. It come up as an escort service. She's like, "What the hell is this about? Escort? I do all the stripping around here, you know." Well, come up fraudulent activity. So the bank automatically shut her card down. So everything she ordered after that day, which was 15 damn transactions, they canceled that automatically and then tried to charge for that. So we had to go to the bank and filter through 6 pages of crap
Wow.
Before we found out it was a escort service fake thing. The number said no longer disconnected, no longer service, and all that shit. So she had to get another card herself to get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Had to go back and call them people and say, no, we're not fraudulent. We're not deadbeats. We're going to pay you. So I had to give all the new. It was a bunch of crap. And the weed store didn't have her proper number, so she couldn't get her weed right. That big old deal. My ears hurt from that transaction because I had to hear about it.
I've never got stung. The worst I got stung was for a couple hundred, and I still to this day don't know how it happened. It was gas stations around Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
I've never been to Cleveland, Ohio.
What they do when you buy something online, they get your number. They hit you one time for a minimum of something just to test it, right?
Yeah.
And we went through 4 credit cards now. While buying online, being switched. We sitting there in Hamilton, Missouri, right? It got an alert on our phone. Some lady called and said, "Are you guys in Arizona buying gravel?"
Yes, we are.
Gravel? No, we need some gravel. You gonna sell some? We need some for our road. But
I know a great sand guy, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, and she says, "Well, this is kind of pretty gravel. It's 2 inches thick. It's red, purple, green." Well, I said, "No, is your husband doing it?" She says, "No, his fat ass sitting here in a chair, so it ain't him either." She said, "Well, cancel it." We'll come to find out they hit us for $3,900 worth of gravel. Who the hell buys $3,900 worth of gravel?
Yeah,
right. You kiss my ass. No.
What kind of fence is that? Hey man, I got some gravel.
I was trying to think too. How's that work? You sell that shit out back of your van?
I mean, colored gravel.
Buckets?
I mean, if you're in the country, I could see it, like fixing your driveway. Like, a lot of people out in the country, they just got stone and gravel driveway, but colored.
Yeah, what do you?
Yeah.
That's a lot of landscape. What do you sell?
A lot of fish tanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it was a 2-inch shit. It's like
Oh, never mind then.
So what do you do? Back of a panel van with a white bucket. I got your gravel here. Come on, $25 a bucket. You can get it. I got plenty more. $3,900 that's a lot of hustling to make up that to make any profit. Yeah, I didn't get it either, but whatever. So we canceled that. Then he got us one time for adult lube.
Interesting.
And anal beads. My wife's like, what are you doing with that kind of lube? Did you buy it? She says, well, we didn't buy it, but what kind of lube was it? Maybe if he just sent it to me, you freaky bitch. No. But we're like, no. And then somebody bought a shark. I'm thinking, well, I did buy a shark once.
You got to tip your hat on that
the
one.
dates were wrong. Like, no, I'm thinking, I'm like, Minnie, how are they making money off these scams?
Yeah.
Can somebody hit me for underwear? I could buy that, underwear socks. But come on, man, they hit me fucking for a shark. Am I buying Jaws? Oh, come on, what the hell? But there's scammers all the time. But I'm still getting phone calls right now for Amazon, right? So somebody purchased a $799 phone. First of all, ain't nobody I know got the money for a big phone like that. And 2, I can't spell Amazon. I don't even have an account with them. Okay. But they don't understand. They don't get the point. So I start telling with Donald Trump's voice or use their own voice on them. It just pisses them off. You fucking American. No, you call me prick. Don't call me names. Yeah, there's a bunch of scamming people. Hey, I guess there's good business behind it, whatever. I remember when the Camp Lejeune lawsuit come out. Now you got these foreigners. Excuse me, Mr. King, was you in Camp Lejeune? Yeah.
I'm getting emails all the time about joining this class action lawsuit from Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even in the Marines.
You weren't even in the Marines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're wanting me to give them information, so I can get on here. And of course, since they're posing to be attorneys representing a class action lawsuit, they need a retainer fee.
Yeah. See, that's the racket.
Yeah. It's a racket. Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, if you get enough retainer fees out of people, that shit adds up. Yeah. I know Marines are stupid, but goddamn, they ain't dumb. I mean, come on,
I'm a paratrooper, and I know enough since I've never in Camp Lejeune. They throwed me out of an airplane. Well, they didn't throw me. We deliberately walked out of them, but
I told myself I was in Camp Lejeune. Oh, great. You was in Camp Lejeune. I said, yeah, but hold on. I already know where you're going with this. I was there in 92. I wasn't there in 88. But the water was still the same. Oh, it tastes like shit. You're right. It tasted bad. Okay. But I'm not sure it was toxic. But yeah. I said, how y'all doing this anyway? Are you working for the military? Are you private? Are we private entity? I bet you are. You ain't getting, I like when can I get your social security number? No. No. You sure? Yes. I'm sure. No, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm gonna give you nothing. But we're down to the last part of the show, guys.
Yep.
I just want to say to everybody, since I'm on a 24-hour Facebook freaking ban because my wife she's on a dog site asking about dogs. How do you get a freaking ban from if you're on a site that talks about dogs?
She asked about the wrong dog.
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway, so they'll be over here a little bit, but again, I appreciate everybody with all the well wishes. This is a process that was going to happen. We all knew it was coming. I didn't need all the drama with it, but anyway, that happened. Nothing I can do about it. But it's for you don't know. Monday morning, between 2:30 and 3:00 a.m., my mother went to ride the white pony. She left. She crossed the pond, and she went on to bigger and better things. And my sister called me at 6:30 and broke the news. I knew it when it happened when she called me because my sister never called me in her life for anything. So I knew when she called me, it was coming. I said, oh, Mom just died. She was like, really? I said, yep. And then she told me, my sister did. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for being patient with me. Thank you for joining me on the show tonight. I was contemplating not having it, but yeah, I don't quit. I like to push through things and do it. And I asked my friends and Minnie and Devil Doc and the Commander to come on and join me, and they did. Thank you guys for coming on, and thank you for carrying the show when I wasn't able to. Man, thank you very much for that, brother.
That's why we're here. We're here. I got your 6.
Thank you, Devil Doc. Minnie, you always know, man. You got my thanks and everything. Tomorrow's visitation. One of the funerals is Thursday. Then we have like another one because she got some family that's elderly and can't move. So we got one more closer to our area coming up on Saturday. I'm going to try to make sports church again, but it depends upon my mental status on Sunday to come on there. But anyway, all the viewers, guys, thank you all so very much. My mother and we had a strained relationship, but she was impressed and loved what I did. Her proudest moment in life was when I joined the Marine Corps because, she knew that if her son joined the Marine Corps, he had to be one tough son of a bitch. That's what she was always taught.
Did she make it to the Thursday before graduation? When did she freak out and come sprinting when they got dismissed? My mom did that. 5'1" Irish Catholic lady, hated me joining the Marine Corps. She's I can't believe you're my only son, and boom! As soon as they said dismissed. And we broke formation. Here comes that little 5'1" I'm like, holy cow!
Yeah. My mother at that time.
Quick.
My mother at that time was a rotund woman. She was like 250 pounds, and she's only like 5'1", 5'2", right, with a bad leg. And she come waddling up. She looked like a drunk penguin. She come walking up to me, very proud. But when she met the drill instructors, they said, "Who's your son?" And the girls was like, oh. Has he ever been arrested? She's like, yes, you know him. Like, is there something wrong with him? Was he dropped? And she was just back and forth laughing, and that was one of her proudest deals. Another proud deal was the time when I was in St. Joe, Missouri, and 10,000 people come to hear my comedy, and she was one of them. And damn it, she never lived that down. She just tells everybody, my son is very funny, and if you don't laugh, he'll beat your ass because he's a Marine. He's a big guy. And that was, one of the proudest moments of her life. And she in her own way, her and I had a good relationship in her own way. And she's gone now. And now another chapter of my life begins with my sisters and what to do there. So, but anyway, thank you guys very much for being patient. I'll keep you informed of how things going on. I appreciate it. One quick story before I go. I went hunting opening morning, deer season, and shot a nice 8-point buck. He wasn't nothing to brag about, but he was a good sized deer. And my brother, we have a bet between us. Whoever shoots the deer, we get to stay and hunt. The loser gets the track. Okay, so he had to take the track of shame. I've did it many times. He used to shoot one for me. This time I won. And he was gone for a while. I think, damn, did he find the son of a bitch? Did I not hit it right? Well, he found it. And so he came back up. We gathered up everybody to go down and drag his deer out because we're getting old, so we wanted the young bucks to do it. We were being lazy is what the hell we were being.
Yeah.
We go down and we get down to the fucking deer, and half the ass end's missing.
Oh no, coyote got to it.
No. The shit was hanging out. I got to looking at it. It's had claw marks. A mountain lion was eating the son of a bitch. And when we went down there, we seen a blur of it run up the hill. Okay, a mountain lion hit the damn thing.
Wow.
And my brother's like, man, you don't want that deer. The shit's hanging out there. I said, no. Pissed me on me. Waste a fucking tag. I didn't end up wasting. I was reimbursed. But I'm like, you son of a bitch. So now I have another target. You know. Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But so that, I mean, deer hunt started off great. I shot a big deer. I'm thinking, and then son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, but the conservation department too. There's no mountain lions.
Yeah, I know. We've been through that with it. They said, ain't no mountain lions right here.
What do you call this?
Bullshit.
About that big around.
Yeah. What do you call my neighbor?
Me and my wife made sure you got a picture of one.
Yeah. So
trail cams have caught them, and they still won't say, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. Are you Dr. Trail Cam? I'm an idiot. How the hell did I Dr. Trail Cam? You stupid moron! I can barely turn the fucking thing on. I didn't on shit. Shut up, you moron. But anyway, guys, on behalf of everybody, we're not going to close out today. We're just going to get out of here. I'm trying to speak for everybody. You're not worthless. You have value. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Talk to somebody. If you're out there and you had a loved one who did, get a hold of Tracy. She was just on her. Get a hold of her. Get some comfort in your life after what happened. But we love you. VRS loves you. Backwood Veteran BB Nation loves you. Here at W Entertainment, we love you guys. We're here for y'all. And for the final time this week, may the Great Spirit bless you and keep you all. May His face shine upon you. Anahi kamachiti dona dagahoy osta usvi. Good night. I'll keep you all posted. I love you all. Thank you all very much.